Hey guys, it's Nina coming to do another explanatory video about how I manage my finances. I already posted a video about things that I don't do, so please check that out when you get a chance. But this is the method that I use as far as managing my finances, and it's really been working for me as of the last, I want to say, year maybe. And so I just want to go over a few little details just to help you out. It definitely helps to know your own personality. For me, let me spell this right first. For me, I really hate micromanaging. I really like to get in, get out, keep it simple, keep it clean. And so with that in mind, I really wanted to make sure that my finances, the way I manage it, reflects that. I did try, some different things as far as envelope tracking, trying to split up everything into multiple accounts. And after a while, it just got to be a lot. So I really did try to simplify the envelope, simplify how I manage my finances, where, how I divvy it up, how I break it up. And so with that in mind, I ended up just having just a standard checking and savings that helps me to just keep some of my money in a brick and mortar, so that way if I need to access it, I can via ATM. I really don't use the debit card unless it is for withdrawals or deposits. After that, I have my primary credit card, which I use that for auto pay, and use that to cover, certain bills, things that come up on a daily basis, or things that I may need. And I will get into auto pay a little later. I also have one primary shopping credit card to a major store. So that way it'll just help cover, groceries or minor incidental things that I may need throughout the month. But I always make sure that I pay that off with the primary credit card. And then, of course, I will still end up paying off whatever the balance that is on the primary credit card. So I also use Cash App. And I also talked about this in the previous video about the benefits of using Cash App. I primarily use it to pay tithes. I use it to buy groceries. I use it to pay for or use fund money that, just for me and my son to enjoy ourselves. And I also use it to pay for miscellaneous things, just to try to keep the reins on my budget. If I put it on there, all I got is what I put on the card, so I can't overspend. So that helps me to try to keep some self-control. And then I also spoke about in the previous video how Cash App, they have certain boost coupons or boosts that you can apply to the card. So when I go grocery shopping, I apply a boost of 10%, where I would save 10% on my grocery bill up to $7.50 off of a $75 grocery bill. So that just helps to just cut the cost of grocery shopping even more. And I can just end up saving that little bit of money. And then I also use envelopes, which I'm sure that you've seen those videos before. And if you haven't seen mine, be sure to check that out as well. Envelopes help me to be accountable. They help me to be tangible, to only use the money that I have. I'm able to just put the money aside and I think about it and I look at it. It's not in my checking account. So I don't have to worry about accidentally spending it or using it in the wrong way. The envelopes definitely help me to see how the money can accumulate, and that gives me more motivation to be more disciplined and focused. So that is definitely the benefit of that. As far as my bills themselves, I do again use the primary credit card for auto pay. And what I consider auto pay are things that are mostly my fixed expenses, such as rent, water, gas, DTE, my phone bill, student loans. What else do I have on there? I have Netflix, which this is not this is not I'm not sure how they spell it, Netflix. This is not a fixed expense, but that's neither here nor there. What else do I pay for with that? I pay my Amazon account for my son for his tablet for, the unlimited apps. And it was something else that I pay. Of course, I use it to pay for the credit card itself, a certain, balance amount. Which is usually about $60 a month. And then recently I transferred or used my credit card to pay off the balance of another loan that I had because the credit card had a lower interest. So I do have to pay off the balance of that as well. I feel like I'm missing something. I also pay for the gym as an auto pay. And it may be something else that is not on my mind right now, but long story short, I use the credit card to pay for these fixed expenses that I experience or occur every month. And what I do is I take the balance of this. So I just add up a rough estimate of how much each category will be, and I divide that by 2, which gives me a rough amount. I'm just going to make up a number. I'm just going to say $600, right? So out of every paycheck, I have a mandatory $600 that has to go towards the cost of the credit card bill. Now, this does mean to some extent that I will carry a balance every month, but over time it will reduce itself because of the fact that I am still paying off the balance of the credit card, and I'm also paying towards the balance of the loan. So eventually the balance will reduce itself to as close to zero as it possibly can, but then it may fluctuate and go back up depending on the date in which these certain bills are taken out of the credit card or whatever date these are charged. So I find this to be a very effective use of the credit card, just because I'm not constantly taking money out of my own savings account or checking account. I also know that these bills are going to have to get paid regardless. So the credit card kind of gives me some security in the fact that it will always be there to pay off these balances. And also it helps me to just show that I am credit worthy, that I can pay back money that I borrow. And eventually what I look to do is to apply for a credit card with incentives or bonuses, such as travel points, cash back, things of that nature. I haven't done so as of yet, but for right now, this method is working for me, and I don't see no reason to change it. But I just wanted to spell this out for you just to give you an idea of how you could possibly manage your finances. And it took me a while to even get to this point of being disciplined where I could manage my money in this particular way. For a while, I did follow, like the Dave Ramsey method of not using a credit card. and not relying on a debit card use. But as of lately, this has been working out pretty well for me. And I just wanted to share that little tidbit. And the last piece of information that I would like to go over as far as how I manage my finances. I mentioned in the previous video, I also manage my finances via Electronically by saving my daily transactions on an Excel sheet, Google Sheets, I believe. And then I also use a binder with many printable sheets from the website Debt Free Charts. And I misspelled it again. What is up with this? You know what I'm trying to say. Debt Free Charts, okay? This was something that was inspired by God to help me just to become more organized as far as how I manage my finances and as far as debt payment. And so this is my own little sheet here, and it is available on Etsy. It is a duo planner debt sheet, and I use this every single month to record the amount of money that I do have in my account, certain goals that I may have for that particular month, important dates, birthdays, goals, ideas, major expenses. Also, I also put here a word of the month, just something to help keep me encouraged as far as what my goals should be that particular month. There are boxes here where you can write, you know, whatever the account name is or whatever label you prefer, the balance on what it is, and then the total amount that you have in those accounts. So whatever liquid money you may have, assets, however you choose to use this box. I more so use this for cash and credit account, savings account, checking account, just however much money I have available, I total that out. And then on the back, I detail what my debts are, the names of them, the balance, the total amount. I also write down some goals as far as paying off my debt. I also write down the previous total amount of debt that I had the previous month, the current total, and the difference, whether it went up or down. And I also be sure to write the factors that affected my payments this particular month, whether it be good or bad. It's just a good way of keeping record of what happened that particular month at a glance. So that way, you know, if for some reason you need to review it again later, you can see, you know, these certain things happened this particular month. I got a stimulus check. I had my paychecks. I transferred a loan to my credit card. Poshmark, sold my old car. So these are all the factors that affected my ability to pay off the debt. And it's just good to keep record of it. And so I hope that you all check out my Etsy shop. I will be sure to link it down below so you can see it for yourself. And it's only $6. Nothing too major, nothing expensive or costly. And you also get printable sheets for 12 months. So from January to December of this year, it's a digital file, so you can download it, print it from home. And you can use a thicker paper. I just use standard paper for this. It wasn't a big deal, but you can use, you know, a thicker paper that may suit your needs. Hole punch it if you like, whatever. And let's get started. Let's do better. Let's be better. Hopefully I gave you all some good tips that may inspire you to do better with your finances and do whatever's best for you. That's all I can encourage you to do. I hope you all have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.